We got another great comedian coming up on the stage tonight. This is my first time working with him, but I hear he's freaking hilarious. I can't wait to see him. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Joe Dale!
Damn, that was an introduction. Nice, thank you, thank you. All right, let's take a half hour or so. There we go. We'll start with my dream. I had a dream last night. I was 5 years old, and I was making love to my kindergarten teacher. Miss Joyce, she was nice. She used to play this game with us. She'd have close her eyes, and then she'd give us a candy, and if we guessed it right, we got a gold star. And she gave Georgie a licorice, and he guessed it right away. And Susie guessed a lemon drop right away, and she gave me a candy kiss. Well, I had it in my mouth, and I'm tossing around. I couldn't tell what it was. The teacher, I don't know. She says, Joey, I'll give you a clue. It's what Mommy gives Daddy when he comes home from work. Well, I got so excited I knew the answer, and the kid, Joey, spit it out. It's a piece of ass. I come from Chicago. I only mention that because we have alleys in Chicago. We don't have alleys in Florida. So where do you put the trash? Well, if you want a happy wife, you listen to her. So it's in the garage, smelling the garage up. I said, babe, you have to do something. She said, well, I have something I can do. So she takes a piece of cheesecloth, puts it in her hand, takes about 4 or 5 mothballs, puts them in the center, gathers the fabric up, ties it in a knot, ties the other end on the trash can, and then hangs the bag in the trash. Now, you guys all smell mothballs? Yeah? Anybody not smell mothballs? Few people, yeah. Don't hold him by his legs. No, don't get ahead of me here. If you're holding him by his legs, his wings are going to be fluttering, and you're not going to be able to smell the mothballs. I don't know if you saw in the news, NASCAR has a new car, Viagra. So they had the time trials coming up. A bunch of us guys went down there, and we get there, and all the cars are lined up to be timed, but the Viagra car isn't there. And we look around, it's in the pit. And the hood was up, and it had the big pill on the hood. Then the hood was down, then the hood's up, and then the hood's down. I asked this guy, say, what's going on with the Viagra car? Well, they got disqualified. So why'd they get disqualified? Well, every time they start their engine, their hood pops up. Yeah. Every time I tell that joke, I get a soft pain in my heart. My dad took Viagra, caused a heart attack, and he passed away. My brother and I were at the wake, and Bobby's next to me, and I hear him whimpering, so I just put my arm on his shoulder. And he turns around and faces me, and he has tears running down his eyes and down his face, and says, Joe, what are we going to do? I said, Bob, we'll have to leave the coffin open. Okay, everybody got that one. That was good. And I have a favorite uncle. He was my dad's youngest brother. He was 15 years older than we were, so Bob and I looked up to him. And when he got up in age, we set him up in an assisted living. Nice place, too. Tablecloths on the dining room tables, flowers all over, a lot of plants, nice furniture. And one of the visits, we see Uncle Lou with a girlfriend in the dining room. So I go to my brother. I said, Bob, you see Uncle Lou has a girlfriend? He says, yeah, he didn't tell you? I said, tell me what? She holds him under the table. It had to be 3 weeks later, I see Uncle Lou with a new girlfriend. So I go to Bob and I said, Bob, you see Uncle Lou has a new girlfriend? Yeah, he didn't tell you? Tell me what? Did she hold him under the table? No, she has Parkinson's disease. That's not a good joke. What do we have? We have Aunt Min. Aunt Min was a shyster. She would always make bets that she couldn't lose unless she wanted to. One of hers is a simple one. She would scope out a bar that near a factory or a hospital, somewhere where there's going to be a Friday after work crowd coming in. And she never used the same bar twice. Always go early and cut the bartender in on a gig. So after the crowd's in there and Aunt Min goes up to the bar, they've been there for an hour, she takes a handful of dollar bills and places them on the bar. And she says, I'll bet any man here $1 that I can piss up on a wall higher than they can. Well, they all giggled and went back to their yapping. She takes the dollar bills, puts them back in her pocket, takes a handful of $100 bills and put them on the bar. I'll bet any man here $100 that I can piss up on a wall higher than they can. Well, before you know it, there's over a dozen bets on the bar. So the bartender gathers all the money and says, all right, let's take this out back and settle the bet. So he lines them all up. Aunt Min's on the end. He said, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to say on your mark, everybody drop their drawers. And I'm going to say get ready, and everybody get ready, and then I'll say go. Okay, on your mark. So all the men drop their drawers, and men turns around, puts it back to the wall, and drops their drawers. He said, get ready, and all the guys grab themselves, and then bends over and flips their dress over her back. And the bartender's looking, he gets in front of them, he says, no, this is all wrong. You guys have way too much advantage over the women. There would be no hands allowed in this. Oh. Yeah. One guy had his foot on the wall, pissing all over his shoe. Another guy's trying to do a handstand. His friends are helping him. So I asked that man, I said, you know, you've been scamming for a long time. You have too much money in the house. You need to put it in the bank. He said, no, you know, right, Joey, I will. So she went to the bank, saw the bank president. He's filling out the paper, and he says, ma'am, I have to ask you this question. It's a federal law. How did you accumulate your wealth? Well, I make bets. Well, can you be more specific? Well, I'll bet you $1 your testicles are square. Well, he laughed, kept writing. She said, I'll bet you $2,000 that your testicles are square. Well, he stands up and reaching for his pants and him and says, no, not here. I'll come back Thursday morning and we'll settle the bet. Well, Thursday morning rolls around and he goes to his office and says, I hope you don't mind. I brought my golfing buddy with me, but he's going to stay in the back. We'll go to your desk and settle the bet. So they go to the desk. He drops his pants and says, can you lift your shirt and tie? Mm-hmm. And can you lift that little bank president? Uh-huh. He was a cutie little thing, isn't it? Can you turn around? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you bend over? Uh-huh. And spread your legs a little bit? Is it okay if I touch them? Mm-hmm. Oh, huh. Hmm. Hmm. Well, they're not square, are they? No, ma'am, they're not. So I'm in, paying off her debt, and the bank president says, ma'am, why is your friend banging his head against the wall? I bet him $20,000 I'd have the bank president's balls in my hand before noon. Who comes after that, man? Peppers. People know that bell peppers come in a male and a female? You guys know that? If you turn a pepper upside down, I'm telling my wife this, she came up with this, not me. If you turn the pepper upside down, it has 4 nodes on it, it's a female pepper. If you turn the pepper up and it has 3 nodes on it, it's a male pepper. Next time you're at Produce, check it out. So I told my wife that. She said, oh, okay. It had to be 3 months later. Out of the blue, I said, babe, do you remember how to tell the difference? Oh yeah, the female is double-breasted. That's just how it came out of her mouth. And the male's got the full package. I worked with a guy, hillbilly, this isn't an offense to you either. I worked with a guy, hillbilly, good mechanic, dumb as a rock. He came up to me one day at work and he says, hey Joe, the guy said, did I see you about this? And I said, sure, what do you got? He said, well, you know I got married last week, yeah. And I don't know how to make love to my wife. Could you give me some advice? I said, well, the 3 S's. Most guys know the 3 S's. You shit, you shower, and then you shave. Oh, okay, got that. Shit. What? Do that again. But why don't you repeat after me? Okay, you're going to shit? You shit? Yeah. Then you're going to shower. Well, you'll see, there's a problem there, Joe, because I showered about a week ago, and I ain't due for another week or so. Now, Billy Bob, you're going to take a shower, you're making love to your wife. Okay, you're going to take a shower. All right? And then you're going to shave. Okay, go and shave. Then there's 4 S's. You guys know about 4 S's? No. You're going to shit, you're going to shower, you're going to shave, and if you're going to eat after Y, you shave again. Is you going to run that to again me again? Yeah. Going to shit? Okay, shit. Shower? Okay, got to shower. Shit? Yeah, go to shit. Shower, shave, and then shave again if you're going to eat after Y. Monday rolls around, I see Billy Bob. Said, how did it go? He said, well, Joe, I did the 4 S's, and my wife and I, we drove around for over an hour. We couldn't find any YMCA with a restaurant. So he came back to me and he says, my wife and I talked it over, and we thought it'd be good if you can just come out of our house and you show me how to make love to my wife. I said, you know what you're saying? Yep, yeah, we agree upon it. So, all right, how about Friday? Friday's good, okay. So Friday rolls around, I do the 3 S's, but no, I didn't do the 4 S's. Come on, it's his wife, come on. We're socializing in his dining room, having a couple of beers, and I said, man, why don't you go upstairs and get ready and light a few candles to soften the mood. And Billy Bob, when I go upstairs, I'm going to draw a circle on the floor, and you're going to stand in the circle. You can't step out of the circle while I'm making love to your wife. Okay. We go upstairs, I draw the circle. I said, now you have to stay in the circle. Got it, don't stay in the circle. So I jump in the bed in his wife, and I'm caressing her face and kissing her lips, and I hear her. So I ignored it. Now I'm kissing her lips, I'm moving down towards her breast, and then I hear him laughing. Like, see, this guy must be, I'm entertaining him. I continue moving towards her breast, and then he just goes, Billy Bob, what's so funny? I stepped out of the circle 3 times. You never saw me. Whatever happened to that guy? Now I lost my chain of thought. I'll get it. We took the boys camping. My brother and I took our 12-year-olds camping. It was just an overnight deal. We just did the regular things, taught them how to skip rocks, cook on a fire, stories at night, breakfast over a fire. When we got to the end, we said, "Okay, boys, you guys get all the stuff from the tent and take it to the van, and Uncle Bob and I will break down the tents, put them in the vans. And when you're done, come over." So the boys come to us, we're all done. I said, "Okay, you guys have water in your backpacks?" I said, "Yeah." "Okay, why don't you guys run up this hill? When you get up to the ridge, and turn around, come back, we'll be leaving." So the boys take off. Bob and I are sitting at the back of the truck with the doors open. As soon as the kids disappeared, their heads pop up, they're yelling and screaming and running down the hill, and there's a 4-foot black bear chasing them, and it fell. But the boys were able to get away from them. They're running on an angle now, and the bear catches up to them. This time he swings at them, and he trips and falls. Now they make it down to the gravel road. Bob's backing the truck up. I'm throwing rocks at the bear and yelling. The bear came close to them again and swam and tripped and fell. The boys jump in the van and we take off. The boys are laying there crying and huffing and puffing, and I noticed their backpacks are shredded up. That's how close they came to getting hurt or even killed. I told them, if that was me, I'd have been shitting in my drawers. And my nephew said, "Well, what do you think the bear was slipping on, Uncle Joe?" What else do we have? My son turned 15. And I thought it was time to tell him the facts of life. So when we got to the vagina, he blurts out, "And has teeth." What? The vagina. The vagina has teeth. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Joey, no, it doesn't. Dad, it does. Who told you it has teeth? Mom told me it has teeth, and I stay away from it. I says, "Come on, take a ride with me." So we go to the gentleman's club. I tip one of the dancers and I tell her, I says, his mother told him that the vagina has teeth. Can you show him that it doesn't? She says, "Sure." "What's his name?" "Joey." I says, "Come here, Joey. You see, the vagina doesn't have teeth." "Well, sure it does, and look at the shape your gums are in." That was it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Joe Dale.